Hey guys, what is going on? This is Wrestlelamia, back with another episode. The WWE celebrates Edge's 25 years in the company, but will Edge's celebration turn sour when he squares off against Sheamus? Join us now as Wrestlelamia looks at the 18th August edition of the Blue Brand, as well as all the wildest wrestling news, stories, and rumors you need to know, including FTR vs. Bucks off at All In, MJF comments on Cash Wheeler's recent arrest, Edge says goodbye to fans in Toronto, Bray Wyatt sighting, and more. As always, we won't recap the matches, but look at the good, the bad, and the downright ugly. The good, a terrific tribute to Edge. Tonight's celebration of Edge's 25 years in the WWE was everything you'd expect from the WWE, with the usual array of well-produced hype videos, video tributes from Edge's contemporaries and sparring partners, and some emotional segments sure to make WWE fans misty-eyed. Edge vs. Sheamus. And what celebration would be complete without a main event match? Well, some fans have criticized Edge for not putting over Sheamus, especially if this turns out to be the Rated R Superstars final match. The Celtic Warrior has been jobbed out so much that Edge counting the lights for him would be meaningless. Sheamus didn't get the rub, but the WWE Universe got a terrific match, and the fans in Toronto had to be happy watching their hometown hero go out on a winning note. Kayla Paul frenemies. Is Kayla Braxton the best interviewer in wrestling? Like former WWE interviewer Charlie Caruso, she's developed a great rapport with Paul Heyman, as seen by tonight's backstage exchange, where fans learn Jimmy Uso will be back next week. Granted, Heyman deserves the lion's share of the credit for making these segments work, but Kayla continues to improve. Austin Theory back in business? Could Austin Theory be back on track for a push? Although A-Town is no longer United States champion, tonight's segment on the Grayson Waller effect, as well as his subsequent match against L.A. Knight, was a reminder of how good Theory can be when the WWE gives him time. Unfortunately, the WWE roster has never been so bloated, and even undeniable talent like Theory and Knight have their work cut out for them breaking out. Theory's future is unknown, but tonight should put everyone on call that he's a megastar in the making if WWE doesn't fumble the ball. Grayson goodness. Grayson Waller has proven he's more than just a good talker and worker. He's a personality whose mere presence serves as the catalyst for making any interview segment all the better. Waller's guests, Santos Escobar and newly crowned United States champion Rey Mysterio, could have been enough for an interesting segment, but the WWE added LA Knight and Austin Theory to the mix, with Waller needing to do nothing more than make facial expressions while everyone else threw verbal jabs at each other. The WWE's use of a crawler to show fans messages to Waller only added to the fun, making this the WWE's best talk segment in years. The Street Profits' new finisher. The Profits' new finisher is nothing to laugh at. The powerbomb neckbreaker combo may prove too tricky to pull off every week, but if Ford and Dawkins can perfect it, it's going to be a great addition to their new heel act. The bad. Is Io Sky getting the Liv Morgan treatment? Tonight's match between Damage Control's Io Sky and Bayley versus Charlotte Flair and Bianca Belair was solid in the ring, but a bad sign for newly crowned WWE Women's Champion Io Sky, as she's quickly become an afterthought in the women's division. Sky's popularity with the WWE Universe is undeniable, so why has she become little more than a prop for Charlotte Flair and Bianca Belair? If things continue at this pace, Io's world title reign will be right down there with Nikki ASH and Liv Morgan, two fan favorites who are jobbed back into the mid-card. OC, pin me, pay me. Does the OC care that they've become glorified enhancement talent? Probably not, but they're the latest example of WWE's moribund tag team division. With the current undisputed tag team champions sidelined by injuries, one might think the WWE would use the champ's absence to create more opportunities. Regrettably, they haven't, and Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows are yet another talented team spinning its wheels. Bobby Lashley's a manager now? Is two-time WWE champion Bobby Lashley a manager now? Well, it's good to see the Almighty getting some TV time on Smackdown, particularly after playing a background role ever since being drafted to the Blue Brand. He should be featured more prominently. The problem, of course, is that the WWE has too many wrestlers to feature on a regular basis. Nonetheless, Bobby deserves better than playing a bit part. The downright ugly. Nothing ugly. Tonight's Blue Brand was a fun-filled trip down memory lane as the WWE paid tribute to Edge's remarkable career. The WWE didn't phone in the rest of the show, as it used Edge's celebration to show some other reasons fans should tune into Smackdown every week. The latest on Cash Wheeler's arrest. Time for an update on Cash Wheeler's recent arrest. As reported yesterday, Wheeler is facing a charge of aggravated assault with a firearm. More details have surfaced thanks to the release of a police incident report concerning the alleged incident. Here's an excerpt from the report filed by the law enforcement officer. Upon my arrival, I spoke to the victim, Daniel Mata, who provided me with a sworn, written verbal statement that said the following. Mata said that he was driving west on Interstate 4 north of exit 83. He noticed a Jeep Gladiator weaving in and out of traffic honking its horn, so he moved over to the far right lane to let the Jeep pass. The report further noted, Mata said that the Jeep took the right shoulder to drive around him on the passenger side of his vehicle. Mata looked over and noticed a white male with a beard pointing a black semi-automatic handgun out of the driver's window at him with a strong stare. Mata said he feared for his life at this time. Mata stated he slowed down to get out of the way of the firearm and ended up behind the suspect vehicle at this time. According to video from the court proceeding, Wheeler was ordered to turn in his firearms to the police and told to stay away from the person he allegedly threatened. A WrestleTalk article noted, a warrant had been out for his arrest since July 28th, and on August 3rd, he'd filed a not guilty plea, which obviously means the incident happened weeks ago. More details are sure to emerge, and Wrestlelamia will keep you updated. FTR versus Young Bucks off at All In? While Cash Wheeler's long-term future remains an issue due to the criminal charge, fans want to know what the immediate future holds for him, specifically FTR's scheduled showdown against the Young Bucks at next week's All In event. WrestleTalk recently noted that on the latest episode of Rampage, it was announced that we'll hear from FTR, Wheeler, and Dax Harwood on tomorrow night's episode of Collision, specifically to address the match with the Bucks at All In at London's Wembley Stadium on August 27th. It was also announced that a face-to-face interview between FTR and the Bucks will air on the August 23rd episode of Dynamite. However, as the WrestleTalk report noted, it's unclear whether these segments were pre-taped. Wrestlelamia will continue following this story. MJF comments on Cash Wheeler's arrest. Interesting comments coming from current AEW World Heavyweight Champion MJF, who recently took to social media to address various comments raised about Wheeler's recent arrest. Kinda disappointed how many dorks there are on this app that jump to conclusions so quick. A ton of people's privilege is showing. We're all human, we're all flawed, we all make mistakes. Take it from a guy who's made more mistakes than most. I've had my ups and downs with FTR, but Cash Wheeler is a great dude and a badass. You're getting FTR versus Young Bucks in front of 80K plus on August 27th. Talk about that, you dweebs. What do you think about MJF's tweet? Edge says goodbye to Toronto. Last night's celebration of Edge's 25-year anniversary in the WWE continued after Smackdown went off the air, with the Rated R superstar saying farewell to his fans in his hometown of Toronto. What I can say is that this is my last one in front of y'all. I don't think I can make it another full run to get here again for a match. I'm just being honest with you, but don't let that be a downer because, man, what an experience you all gave me. I'll never forget it. I will never forget it. When I'm 84 years old and I don't remember much, I'm damn sure gonna remember this. Thank you. While Edge is unlikely to compete in Toronto, he's given fans who had the privilege to watch him there live some magnificent memories. Edge reveals when his WWE deal is over. Edge also revealed just when his WWE deal is over, telling the Fan Morning Show, "You know my contract's up at the end of September. This is my last contracted match." Edge claims he's mulling over his future right now and hasn't decided what's next. Bray Wyatt sighting. Time for an update on Bray Wyatt, and like most recent stories about Wyatt, there's not much to it. Ringside News is reporting that Bray was recently seen in public. Bray Wyatt was recently spotted with a fan. He signed an autograph and seemed to be in good spirits. He also seemed to be in about the same shape that he was when his WWE hiatus started. Unfortunately, that's the latest on Wyatt. Well guys, there you have it, Wrestlelamia look at the 28th July edition of Smackdown, as well as the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know in wrestling. Be sure to leave your comments, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel, follow us on Instagram and Twitter, and I'll see you next time for some more wrestling content.